You want to put your hose clamp so there's a little bit of a hose on the other side of it. This right here is the thermostat housing, and this is where it goes into the engine.
Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Eve here, and welcome to another episode of the New Bike Build Series. If you're not familiar, this is the series where we take this beautiful 2018 Yamaha R1M. I know it doesn't look like it because it's stripped down and naked and afraid, but this is in fact an R1M. We're going to take this bike and make it more special than it already is with the help of our channel sponsors, specifically Manny from Moto Million. At the end of the build series, we are giving this bike away to one of you people viewing the video. Information on how you might win this motorcycle is in the description. But if you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. In today's outstanding video, we've got some decent weather for once here in filthy Cleveland, and we're gonna wheel this bike inside and we'll find out what Zack's gonna do to it. All right, we got this thing inside on one of Zack's benches. What's up, Zack?
Oh, finally got the main bench back, got that GS off of it.
Yeah, did you put a new engine in that thing?
Yeah, I got a new engine, back to its owner, everyone's happy.
Wow.
Good. Yeah, it ingested a little bit too much dirt.
Okay.
Was burning a little bit of oil, so BMW was nice and gave the guy an engine.
Nice.
But yeah, so we're back inside here. It's a new year. We got some more stuff to get on our Yamaha. We got some awesome parts in. Today though, we're gonna pop on the Samco hoses because we gotta get that checked off.
Okay.
And then in the next ones, I think we'll probably take the front end off the motorcycle. And we're gonna install different triple trees and handlebars. We're just waiting for the switch housings. That's the main thing we're waiting on. As soon as we get those, we'll be ready to put the whole front end, take it apart and put it all back together. Okay. But I think we have enough stuff to get most of it done, so we'll start chipping away at that. And then just some more carbon fiber pieces, and then we'll be looking pretty slick and back together, ready to ride. Ready
to take it over to Ducati Detroit for Nick Marino to flash it again,
yes,
huh?
Get the reflash. And see what kind of numbers we can put up. So, like I said, we're going to be installing our Samco silicone radiator hoses. It just helps with coolant flow. These are lifetime hoses where the rubber does degrade over time. It could suck in on itself. Silicone should never do that. And then this particular kit actually deletes the thermostat from the thermostat housing.
Oh.
I guess Yamahas tend to run hot while you're out
on the
track.
Yeah.
So I did on the street it seemed fine, but I guess it's even a popular modification for when riding on the street in hot weather. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll take the thermostat out, so it'll be running. It'll take a little longer to warm up, but then it should run cooler. And this hose kit allows you to eliminate it. That's why we have this metal fitting here. So we'll show what it takes to do that. We have the thermostat removal piece, which of course is buried in underneath here, the best I could tell. So we'll have to go digging and find that. But we'll get it done, and then we're going to install some engine ice coolant.
Yep.
That way you'll be ready if you want to, when you take it to the racetrack to get its full potential. You won't have to worry about changing the coolant, and that seems to help the bikes run a little bit cooler. And doesn't have any negative effects, that's for sure. So it looks like Yamaha gives us a drain right on the bottom of the water pump. Pretty normal for most Japanese motorcycles.
Is it going to come squirting out
there? It's not, because we left the radiator cap on, so it's either not going to come out at all or it's just going to come dripping out. Look at it, because the whole system's kind of under a vacuum. Yeah. So then what's going to happen is we'll open up this radiator cap, and then it's going to come shooting out. You know, I'm just going to drape a rag over our pipe here. Just if we can keep it off the titanium, it'd be great, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll just have to make sure we clean it really well, because that would leave little spots on your pipe. Yeah, let's see, it should come rushing out once we get some atmospheric pressure on there.
There it is.
Not too bad. It's nice that it's pointed down. A lot of times they point out, so you're always trying to guess where to put the fan.
Yeah.
What's in our reserve tank? If we want to get that out too, we can use our vacuum sucking tool. There's also a vent bolt up here. That's how we'll use this bolt to bleed it when we refill the coolant, along with our spill-free funnel. This will also help just with draining any other air was trapping anything in there. Squeeze all the hoses so you can get everything out. There we can. Oh, here a little bit more coming. See?
Mm-hmm.
Right up in here is our thermostat housing. This big plastic bulge with the bolt nut on it there. And that hose is going to connect into the back of the engine here. There's always a fair amount of coolant left if you were doing a flush and you wanted to switch to all engine ice or all some other coolant. You would want to put either distilled water or the coolant that you're switching to in here, start the bike, let it run, cycle, drain it again, and then wait for the color to change to either come out clear or to come out as the coolant that you're using. But since we're taking it apart, we shouldn't have to worry about that. Try to remember when you're ordering the hoses to get the Samco hose clamps because they're nice and smooth on the inside, so it won't tear up the silicone hose.
Okay.
So yeah, this is definitely gonna replace this whole pipe here. Yeah, it'll go from there up to the radiator. So we need to figure out how to get that off. And then our little hose is going to connect from that and go up to the overflow part of the radiator here. So that's going to go there. And then our other little hose is just going to go right here. So this has a factory style spring clamp on it, I would call it. If you just get in there with the screwdriver and twist it, it pops open. You can actually reuse this if you have the right pair of pliers. This is a pretty good clamp. That one sprung. There we go, that one sprung now too. And then, if you've watched the other videos, we use the radiator hose tool. You can slide it in behind the hose without poking a hole in it. And this just slides all the way around and it breaks that sticky seal that occurs between the hose and the aluminum. Alright. Just enough room to get those guys off there. Not too much coolant left in there, you can see.
Oh, yeah.
Get a little bit, but not too much. If you look on hose clamps, there's usually a series of numbers. The last one's usually how big it is. So that's 20 to 32 millimeters. Mm-hmm. So these three are all the same. So looks like that's gonna fit the best. We can put a little silicone spray on there. It'll help it slide right in place. There we go. You want to put your hose clamp so there's a little bit of the hose on the other side of it.
Okay.
They recommend not going over 6 Newton meters. But we can just snug it and then we'll check it again after we start it up. You don't want to go too tight so that you destroy the fabric on the inside of the hose there. That's why you don't want to just crank them super tight. You can actually deform this even. You can tighten this enough. So.
Oh, wow.
Don't go gorilla tight on it. Fine for this. Grab it, twist. Another way to break that seal. You want to try popping these clamps here?
Uh-oh. Yeah, let me give it a try.
All right, give it a shot. Give it a shot. You just got to put the screwdriver in there. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, we can't see what you're doing. All right,
yeah.
Now we can see. Okay.
Okay, and then just twist it.
Yeah, give it a good twist.
Oh, darn it. Oh, yeah.
There you go. Nice.
So you're twisting it clockwise. Okay, now the other one?
The other one's going to be a little trickier.
Ah, yeah, just a little bit. There we go.
Cool.
So now what? Take them off?
Yeah, if you kind of push on them, they should spring off of there.
They did.
Yeah, there you go. You can leave it on.
Am I certified now? Not quite?
Not quite.
All right.
All right, cool. Good one.
Now that I'm not going to mess with, because I'd scratch up that holes.
Or poke yourself.
Yeah.
We don't want to draw any blood. Look how much more coolant we got over here, though. That's pretty interesting. So if you're really doing a flush, you may want to pull this hose just to get all your coolant out. We don't have to take this off here, but we might actually get some more coolant out if we do. Of course, it's dripping all down the pipe.
Yes.
pull this hose clamp so we can get a crankcase ventilation hose out of the way. I think it's going to help if we get it all the way off. We could shove that inside there. As long as it doesn't get too stuck, maybe we can just pull this right through.
Ooh.
All right.
Look at that.
We moved it. And then you can just pull that back out. Throw that off to the side. Soundproofing, heat protection in the way here. I think we can do this without taking too much apart. So, right where it felt like it was stuck and there was another fastener, there was. Can you see it over there? It's another one of those Allen bolts.
Yep,
that's it. So we got to get that out of there. And then we should be free. Come on the side here.
So what is that?
So this right here is the thermostat housing.
Uh-huh.
And this is where it goes into the engine. We're going to reuse this O-ring because our piece of hose, as you can see, looks a lot like this, just minus the housing.
Yes.
So we'll pop this O-ring on here. And it also doesn't have this mount or this mount. So what they send along is this little clamp piece here that they really tape to the hose. We'll carefully cut it without damaging the hose.
So Zach, while you're cutting that hose, we're going to try to make you an exotic car mechanic as well.
Man, I don't know. Sounds exciting. Hopefully I'm up for it. Hope we can find enough information.
Do you think that, in all honesty, do you think that what you know about being a motorcycle mechanic with, like you said, more knowledge about the car, the exotic car, that you could actually do that? For, basic stuff, oil changes, air filters, swaps, and stuff like that.
I don't know if anything's basic on an exotic car. We'll find out.
Yeah.
It's just, there's always a lot of stuff in the way. It's just how much you have to remove and whether or not you have the right tools to remove
yeah,
it,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But for air filters and stuff like that, yeah, we should be able to get that done. Oil filter, maybe some intake piping. I don't know. We'll have to investigate. From what it looks like, though, for most stuff, you're usually pulling a bumper or pulling something. So
yeah.
We just got to be careful while taking it apart, too.
Okay.
First time's always the scariest. Then it's no big deal. But, yeah, it sounds exciting. We'll give it a shot.
Yep.
Should be entertaining to watch, at least.
At the very least.
At the very least.
Yeah.
For one time. With just a little patience, we finally got the screw started and the metal tab in place to keep our coolant hose from blowing out the back of the engine.
Outstanding.
And once you're started, no big deal, we can just spin it in. But yeah, that's a pretty evil trick. The screw needs to go right behind that other little hose piece. Alright, that's nice and tight. Pull that out of there. And I can see our bracket is in position, so that's a good thing. Spray some silicone. Maybe a pair of pliers.
That wasn't too bad.
No. The rest of this will be a piece of cake compared to that little bracket. That is very difficult. While doing with the throttle bodies installed. I'm sure if we would have removed all that, it would have been easier, but that would have been a lot of work too. That should be good.
Well, it looks like she's coming back together pretty good.
Yep, we got our crankcase hose back on, our idle air hose back on. All our hose connections are tight on our Samco hoses. And now we can install our coolant. We won't be able to bleed it out. We'll have to bleed it later because we
Okay.
can't get the engine running. But
Right.
we can do an initial fill, and we'll loosen that bolt out, and air will come out, and then coolant will come out. So we'll be pretty much ready to run it, and then we'll have to bleed it and top it off.
No funnel required.
Until it fills up really fast and goes splashing everywhere.
Yeah.
Not too much hose to squeeze here. When you go over to the other side, you can see there's some coolant up at the top there, and then if I squeeze this,
It's
you
coming
should
up.
see it rise, and then it'll suck it back down. You should see some bubbles.
Yep.
That's what we want to get out, all those bubbles. And then our other bleed point without running is that bolt on the top of the water pump. This is the water pump here. Hear all that air?
Yes.
And then that's coolant. And top off. That's mission accomplished. We'll just put a note on the motorcycle that says bleed coolant so we don't forget to do that. And yeah, we got our Samco radiator hoses installed.
Thermostat removed.
Thermostat removed. Got rid of some. This piping was actually plastic. Thought it was aluminum, but it's definitely plastic.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's good or bad, but
Yeah.
it's different. And yeah, we got our engine ice installed. So yeah, next we'll be moving on to the front of the bike. Take the whole front end off of this thing because it's not far enough apart yet, right?
Yeah. So right.
And, put it back together. And yeah, we'll pretty much from this point on, we'll just be adding awesome parts and getting it back to rideable.
Yes.
Hopefully by the end of the month, if the weather stays like this, we'll be out doing wheelies.
Sweet.
All right.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks, Zach. You heard the man. We got more work to do to get this bike ready to be ridden. So definitely stay tuned for those videos. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. The bike is coming along great. And once we're all done with it, somebody's going to be very happy when they win this motorcycle. Information on how you can do that is in the description. Make sure you stay tuned for more new bike build series videos and all of the videos on the 650E YouTube channel. We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much for viewing. You guys take care.